Stu Parry is the godfather of the Akron men's soccer program. He was the founder. He was the one that paved the way for everyone to come after. Every coach, obviously, been a lot of good coaches. It's kind of a coaching cradle in a lot of ways. Been a lot of coaches since he was there, but he was the founder. He was the one that got us started, and back when he got it started, it wasn't easy. He had to fight for it. And there weren't a lot of people playing soccer. And so that's what makes it even, I think, more, amazing what he did. Because you didn't have to have soccer at Akron. And he fought for it, and he wanted it. And now, obviously, Akron soccer, everybody knows the name and the tradition, and the program speaks for itself now. But he was back when it wasn't sexy, and we didn't have all the bells and whistles, and we didn't have the players going to Major League Soccer. We didn't have the best uniforms and the best stadium, and and he still fought for the program every single day. He was like a father, figure to me. Of course, a mentor and a friend, but you wanted to kind of please him because you knew he was the one that started it, and you didn't want to let him down. And he'd have his opinion too. Sometimes it was always good. He's like, why don't you play this guy on the left or that guy on the right, or let's switch them around, and then he'd always say, well, you were thinking about all that. But he'd get his opinion in. But I always liked it because it gave you a little bit of an edge, and then you left the conversation going, man, maybe I do need to think about that. Yeah, I always had him talk to the team every year. I'm a firm believer in when you build a tradition, you have to honor the past. Your current players need to understand that they're a part of something bigger than themselves, that there's a legacy and a tradition of excellence that's been around for a long time. I tried to make the current players that I coached, very aware of that, which is why I always had him talk to the team, because, like I said, without him, we don't have Akron soccer. I think the thing with Stu, obviously, I wasn't with him when he was coaching, so I have no idea, what his style of play was, what formation he used. Those weren't the things we talked about too much. Every once in a while, it was kind of like a chemistry. He'd have a chemistry question, or a man management, you could just feel that he was an unbelievable leader, and for sure an unbelievable man and person. He wanted the players to take the field, wearing the badge, wearing the crest, representing Akron soccer in all the years the right way. And that means working hard, and that means doing the right things on and off the pitch.